I think it's kind of the nature of the preseason. When you look across the league, as the game goes on, more and more players kind of down the line as far as, whether it's twos or playing ones or twos or threes, guys with less experience playing NFL football get in the football game, and sometimes it's a little messy, and sometimes defense kind of has a little bit more of an advantage in some of those situations. Just if I'm a rusher, I know I can rush, and particularly when the game gets to be more of a pass-happy game when you're trying to come back from a little deficit. I think that's kind of normal around the league.
What have you seen from Vidarian, not necessarily just in the game, but kind of overall in the way that he's worked?
Vidarian's worked hard. Vidarian's got as good a pass set, really, as anybody in this league. His ability to get off the ball, set square. He's got very long arms. He's gained a lot of strength from last year coming in as a rookie. He's a mature guy. Got a family, got kids. It's important to him. Just like any of our players, he's got to keep developing. But we do feel like he's a talented guy that could be one of these swing tackle players.
Do you think of Jaron Hall's performance, just given how much pressure he was under, especially?
The thing I really liked the most about Jaron was it definitely wasn't too big for him. He was out there. He was poised. He made a couple of protection calls to get things picked up, which you don't always necessarily see in a rookie's first game. And then after the game, as coaches, we always look and say, hey, we could have helped you out a little bit here. We could have done this. But how accountable he was, hey, I could have executed this better. I could have done this better. He's just constantly looking to improve, constantly looking for any little edge and any extra. He's out here right now on the field getting extra work on plays, reads, footwork. All those things are going to come together. You saw a little bit of that operation first time out there with a real play clock, with a group of guys trying to get lined up. It wasn't just him. It's the line getting to the ball and getting aligned, and the motion tempo and sending the motions and getting things going. You saw a little bit of that, but he's only going to learn from that and get better.
Wes, I imagine it was nice to get Brian O'Neill back in there yesterday and some teamwork. Just how's his progress been?
It was great to see Brian out there. He looked really good yesterday. Credit to Tyler and his team, and then Brian himself for the work he's put in with that type of injury. But he looked really good. He looked athletic. He was even doing some things that we felt that he had worked on somehow without having an Achilles over this off season. Some of the things with his punch and his sets. We were saying, wow, that looks even better than what we saw before. I know he's been really hungry to get out there. He's obviously one of our leaders, one of our captain players on this team, so it was great to see him.
I want to ask about Dwayne McBride, too. Just how much of a learning experience was that preseason game for him, and what are you looking for moving forward?
Dwayne has come miles from when he first showed up here. Different programs, they teach a lot of different things, and for him, NFL football was very different from the scheme that he was in, from what he had been coached to do in college. And so just from ground zero, really, to come here and do what he's done and progress the way he has, really proud of Dwayne. He ran very hard. He picked up some protections, which is always, for a young back, making sure that you're not leaving guys free and getting our quarterback hit, So he's a very stout, strong guy. The guys feel it when he hits them, when he steps up in pass pro. He can stuff guys. So he's just got to continue to improve. He's going to get some opportunities these next couple of preseason games to go in and run the football. You saw a little bit of natural running ability, some vision, and I think it'll just continue.
Catch the other night, the one that didn't count on the sideline. How rare is it for a kid that young to have that type of body control, and how hard of a catch is that to make, like in real time?
It was a fantastic catch, and as you guys know, it's on us to get those things right up in the box. Head coaches get a lot. They get all the questions about it, but but we're the ones up there, with the TVs and the Hawkeye view and all that kind of stuff. So just wanted to mention that. But as far as how rare is it for a guy to have that body control, I just think the talent is there and was there in college. It's like JJ coming in and doing what he's done. That body control was already there. It's just giving him some opportunities and learning within our system and kind of how Keenan has coached him and gotten him up to speed, even with missing some of the spring. I think he's done an impressive job learning our system and continuing to grow.
You guys have talked a lot about the benefit of going against Coach Morris's defense, but how much of a benefit is it at this point of camp to have the joint practices and to readjust to going against something totally different?
It's definitely a benefit. These guys get used to kind of practicing against the same guys. They kind of know what moves they make up front, how guys cover them in the pass game. And then just selfishly, I'm just ready to be done with Flo's defense for a little bit, just see a different scheme for once. Thank you. He does have great body control. He is as advertised. He's just got a kind of a knack. He understands how to work edges on guys, how to separate. His body control in transition is really impressive. And then the way he moves towards the ball. Some guys you see, I had Jordan Reed in Washington, very similar as far as the hands. When they're just playing catch and not even thinking about it, and they catch the ball like this naturally. Whereas you see some guys catching it in more towards their body. It's just he's got a natural way of reaching out and catching the ball away from his frame. That's okay. That's all right. Thank you.